Hey, what up, people? It's your boy DJ Kane, KNON 89.3 FM, Fridays on Kane's Block. Check me out every Friday, 12 to 4. I want to talk to you guys about some things that people ask me, some things I see on social media, and, stuff that will help you guys get your stuff out there. So first, people are always asking me how can they get their music to me at the station, how they can get it on air, how they can get somebody to listen to it. First, you want to package it up. You want to get your stuff together. You don't want to bring a burned CD and just put it in people's boxes with Sharpie on it. That just, those kind of CDs are the same kind of CDs that I used to keep in my CD case when I was doing shows. So some scribble on it, or your handwriting, that's the best handwriting you have, might not be legible to other people, and that tends to become another CD in the stack. So you want to, if you're gonna go that route and you have no other alternative other than writing Sharpie on it and putting it in somebody's CD box, make sure it's nice, make sure people can read it, you know what I'm saying? But I'll be honest with you, playing CDs is hard for DJs these days. Well, at least pro DJs and people that are up on their equipment and computers. My laptops, I have 3, and none of them have a CD drive in them. There's no way for me to play CDs on my laptops. And my setup, I've switched to one of those controllers, and there's no CD player on those controllers. So for me or a DJ to make the effort and go find a computer that has a CD player just to listen to your track that has your CD that has Sharpie on it, it's a far stretch. I have a CD player in my office, and I listen to CDs all day that people drop me off, because I like to give people the opportunity, but not every DJ gives people the opportunity. So you might want to consider moving to USB, a little pen drive. My car has a CD player in it. I don't think it's ever been used. Most of the time I'll transfer in my office to a pen drive, and then that's how I jam. And that's another thing, technology is evolving. If you went to a DJ at a club and you try to drop him off a record, he probably doesn't have a way to play that unless he's still using turntables. Same for a cassette, So you might want to think about advancing your technology. Second, let's move on to you drop your CD off to me and I'm listening to it. Quality. You gotta have quality. You could have crappy lyrics. You could have crappy everything, but if you got good quality, sometimes that makes a difference. You want to make sure that it's mixed and mastered properly. You don't want to bring something that you recorded in the closet. You know what I'm saying? Because to be honest, sometimes that puts a bad label on you. You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody might be thinking about it 6 months down the road, and they're gonna say so-and-so's got a new track, and the DJ's automatically be like, yeah, man, I listened to his stuff, but his quality wasn't all there. So they might not give that opportunity, that second chance to listen to that music, because you got to think it's their time, it's the DJ's time, it's the person that's listening to your music's time. So if they're gonna listen to your stuff and they already have an idea of your music not being of great quality, then they might not give you that second chance. Third, make a relationship with the DJs. You know what I'm saying? Talk to the DJs. Stop out at their club and visit them. So many times I get a track in my email, and I get hundreds of tracks in my email, and it'll just say, check out my new music. It'll have a link, and considering that it's in the mix of 100 other tracks that I've gotten in the week, it becomes a little hard to say, all right, well, let me listen to this track out of the other 100 that are in there. Sometimes artists will stop by my spots, or they'll stop by the station and say what's up and meet me, and that automatically puts them at the top. You know, I'll be like, oh, look, so sent me a track. Let me jump in there and check it out, and I'll give it a listen. You know what I mean? I'll listen to it. I'll check it out. And you know, if it's good, then you know I transfer it onto I download it and I play it. Third is a substance. What you're talking about. Everybody has a story to tell. Everybody has a story, and you want to make sure and tell that story. Sometimes I get tracks that are just ugly. They're just they're just the same old cars, clubs, money, and there's no substance. There's no content in there. It's just the same old thing that I heard on the radio yesterday, or the track that I heard right before it. You want to try to get your stuff that you're going to get out there to folks. You want it to catch their attention. You want them to pay attention to it. You know, you want to make sure it's good content. When you're making your stuff, you want to think to yourself, what is going to attach people to listen to my stuff? What's going to attach people to keep on playing my track repeatedly? You know what I'm saying? Next, promotion. You want to do promotion on your stuff, and you know, I know people say that social media is not the way to promote your music, but it's a growing platform, as far as being able to promote yourself and connect with people and get your music into the right hands. Social media is the way to do it. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have emails, Google that person, find their Facebook, find their Instagram, find their Twitter, find their Snapchat. However you can get in contact with that person, send them a message. And you know, sometimes you might think you're bugging if you ask them more than once, but if you do ask somebody more than once, eventually they're gonna be like, you know what, I'm gonna go check this cat's this track out, because oh boy keeps on hitting me up. And you know, like me, I go out to shows. I go out to shows on local music, all types of shows: blues, jazz, hip hop, underground hip hop, and I look at the talent, and I listen. And if there's something I like, I'll ask that artist. I'll pull up on that artist and say, hey man, what can you get that to me clean? I would like to jam that. If you know that person's there in your audience, take a second to speak with them, and see how you can get onto their station, or how you can get onto their internet radio show, or how you can get into their club. All kinds of different formats, platforms for you to promote your music. And that's what I got for you guys, for you guys asking, how do I get my music played? And it's not 100% guarantee all the time that you're going to get your music played. And it's not 100% guaranteed that the first time that you go to that DJ, that DJ is going to be like, yeah, I'll bump you. It's trial and error, and it's a continuation of you putting effort into it. There's artists that I play that I met 5 or 6 times before I finally decided to put their track on. And there's artists that I play that I met 5 or 6 times, and I decided to finally put their track on, and it just wasn't the greatest of quality. And there's some DJs that are good with playing not great quality music, because they want to help, and they want to try to help you get out there. I'm not into playing not great quality music. I look for substance, I look for quality, I look for it to be mixed and mastered. I want it to sound good. I have an audience that I am considering every time that I play a song. Some people are good with playing not so great music, and I'm not bashing anybody. You know, everybody has their own thing, but I'm not. So I expect, you know, when people bring me tracks, I expect a higher standard of quality when I'm listening to something, or when I put something on the air. But you know, if you know who those DJs are, and they'll give you an opportunity, take it. Every opportunity is a great opportunity. there's not a bad opportunity. And you know, sometimes you don't make money, and that it's not what it's about. You know, it's not always about money. It's about getting yourself out there and promoting yourself. You know, when I first started DJing, I carried bags. I never got paid for like a year. I never got to DJ. I just got to go with the DJ and watch what he was doing, watch where he was playing, meet people, talk to people. I got to see what was hot in the club. I got to see how people were out there vibing, and you know, I took all of that in, and then eventually I started to get my own clubs, and I kind of had an idea of what music was and how to get it in, and what people were listening to, and what was hot, what was not. And I put a lot of money into it myself. I worked all week just to go buy a couple of records and get my library up and get out there. So it's not just a step in the game and go. It's a constant growth. You got to constantly grow and constantly build your music, do better at your music, get better quality. You just can't stay in the same place and be content with what you got. You gotta kind of keep on pushing for that little bit better. And I hope that helped you. I do. You can leave anything in the comments. I'll go back and read the comments later on. But I hope that gave you a little bit of an idea of how to get your stuff on the air. Peace.